Welcome back, everyone. I am lead trainer with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen, back with you with the coronavirus stay-at-home breaking news videos. You can tell the hoodie. I haven't had a haircut in 2 months, and I'm here in my home office. But we still want to bring you these tips and tricks on how to trade, especially right now. Many of you might be at home looking for ways to make some money, or maybe you don't want to go back to work. You want to keep staying at home. Day trading is one of the great ways to do it. Today, I'm going to talk about some techniques to use stocks to trade to find some of the best plays. All right, everyone, thanks again for checking out these videos, and be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell down below. We do a lot of these videos where we're talking about real-time type plays, so I want you to be notified as soon as they drop. And I also go live every single week, at least once a week. Now, we may start actually doing even more live videos because we've had a great response to all of those. So ring that bell. That way, when I go live, you get the notification on your phone, on your browser, and you can jump in on these sessions right away. So that being said, we're going to talk about how to use some tools to spot sympathy plays. Okay, so what is a sympathy play? Just real quickly, this is a setup that has been around, as far as I know, quote unquote, forever. But the idea behind a sympathy play is if a company in a sector or a company in a similar business is running, then typically other companies in that industry, in that segment, in that business will also run. I mean, we're going to talk about virus plays today, but a good example is, many of you may know I live in Michigan. I grew up in Michigan. Michigan is very tied to the automotive industry. My father worked at an automotive supplier. I had uncles, brother worked at automotive companies. The simplest idea of a sympathy play is if General Motors announces record sales, well, odds are Ford's going to have good sales too. Chrysler, Toyota, on down the line. If one big car company blows out earnings, blows out sales, then odds are, unless that company's doing something completely different. If it's Tesla, actually it's kind of a good example of a non-sympathy play. In my opinion, Tesla is just completely, I know they're making cars, but they're completely different than a General Motors or a Ford. But the idea is, unless they're doing something super unique, GM's not going to have 90% market share. They're going to have equal market share, and other companies in that sector are most likely going to benefit. So, and then also, you've got the psychology of traders because, let's say, back to my example, let's say General Motors, a huge company, gaps up 20% on earnings. And, Ford is trading up 2%. The idea, not that I necessarily agree with this idea, but the idea is a lot of people are going to pile in to that laggard, as they say. So if GM's up 20, Ford's up 2, a lot of investors, particularly longer term, are going to say, well, geez, I can buy Ford down here, and if it trails GM for a little while, then I can, make my profit that way. So we see that happen a lot, and we've seen it happen a ton in the virus plays. mRNA is on my screen. You can see this stock has broke out 1, 2, 3, 4. Today is the 5th time that this stock has broke out and ran since, basically since January. The big run started even in March. And, that's what's great about mRNA is it's kind of one of the leaders out there. Go check out the news. They got fast tracked to phase 2. The chart tells you everything. That's what's great about these plays. You can just look at the chart and know what the sector leader is. mRNA is one of those. So we've got a stock with a history of running, but it's up a lot. This was in January, this was a $17 stock. It hit 58, I believe, in pre-market. 59, 58.92. So basically hit 59. So I mean, it's up, what, 400%? You know, help me out on the math. I'm doing it in my head. 17 to 58, you know, roughly 400%. So maybe you don't want to chase this stock. Maybe you're like, hey, it's up too much. So MRNA is the General Motors, back to my analogy, that's up 20%, up quote unquote too much. So what's great about StocksToTrade, I can jump right over here and go to the related tab. And now this is going to give me every stock that is in the same industry, the same segment. Then, so, you know, you can see there's a big list here, a lot of stocks. So that being said, you know, you can go down to the related tab, and let me pop this out to make it a little bigger for you. So we've got, you know, a lot of stocks here. You can see a lot of them. Some of them are barely trading any liquidity. So something I talk about in every video is I'm going to filter by volume first. And this is going to give me, I'm just looking for stocks that are trading more than 1 million shares. So that's going to weed out all of the illiquid stocks. So now you can see the beauty is TTPH, top of the list here. This stock is up 100%. This was a runner early in the day after mRNA released their news. So the great thing is, and let me jump back over to the chart. Let me bring up a chart of TTPH here. And you'll see, you know, mRNA announced their news bright and early in the day, 6, 7 a.m. Look at when TTPH broke out. 9:45, one of my favorite times a day. Just broke out again at 10:30. Great example of a cheap penny stock that's running because, quote unquote, the big boy was running. So perfect example. And, you know, full disclosure, I didn't even, you know, that related tab, you know, I didn't even realize TTPH was up. I was doing a webinar earlier. I just run that related scan, and that would have worked early in the day. You know, I know this is a little bit of after the fact, but had you been, if you saw mRNA, you said it's up, it's quote unquote up too much, you can use that related tab to spot stocks that are in sympathy plays. And this is a chart pattern we love. So this gapped up last night, opened weak, kind of pulled into the open a little bit, and then rips into that 9:45 window. If you watch these videos, you know I harp and harp and harp on that setup. Then the other thing you can do, what's great, is with the screener. You know, this screener, our screener is infinitely configurable. There's a million different options, which is great. But I like to keep things simple, as we always talk about. You can see one of my favorite scans on screen right now, the VWAP Hold High a Day scan. But what I can also do is I can scan by sector. So this is another way to spot stocks that are potential sympathy plays that are built in. The best example I can think of right now is roughly a week ago. Again, I'm recording this video May 2020. If you remember, about a week ago, oil, the front end futures contract for oil went below zero. Oil crashed, bounced back, and we had it. You know, it was only a 2 or 3 day run, but we had a wild run in some oil and gas stocks. Actually, I think I did a video, it's probably on our YouTube, from about a week ago. And the best way to spot those was to specifically focus on the energy sector. So what I can do is I can uncheck everything but energy. And then when I run that scan, there may or may not be a VWAP hold. Yeah, I was going to say there probably isn't, but I could probably run some other scans. But the nice thing is what that would do, no matter what scan I was running, whether it be the 52-week scan, whether it be the VWAP hold scan, whether it be the dip and rip scan, it would only return me energy plays. They're not showing up now because they all fizzled back out, but, you know, kind of going back to the other day. So that being said, sympathy plays is a great strategy. I think one of the best out there, especially when you have a hot sector. And I tell you, I've been actively day trading for 15 years now. I have never, ever, ever seen a hot sector hotter than the virus plays. I mean, and as prolonged. I mean, if you're new to day trading, ask any day trader how many big moves, how many great opportunities they've been out there. So that's what I'm going to kind of end with is, you know, and I talk about this a lot in these you know, videos that I've been doing lately, trying to give you real-time information. I mean, yes, it's a scary time out there. Yes, you might be stuck at home. Yes, you might not know if you're going back to work. Maybe you don't know if you're going back to school, but never let an opportunity pass because of fear, you know, because of uncertainty. I think all of the greatest accomplishments ever, everyone, great inventors, great artists, great traders, all faced adversity. And it's scary out there, but take that. You know, iron sharpens iron, in my opinion. And no great man, no great woman was made in easy times. The greatest men, the greatest women ever, no matter what, whether they be day traders, artists, engineers, inventors, never got there without adversity. So take advantage of that. That being said, if you really want to learn this stuff and, you know, and get that mind of a trader, check out StocksToTrade Pro. It is a great program where every day, twice a day, I'm live. We're talking about stuff like this. We're talking about mindset, you know, and hey, I mean, this might be one of the most challenging things you ever do. If you're looking to learn day trading, if you're looking to go full-time trading because you lost your job, you're embarking. I mean, hey, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're embarking on maybe one of the most challenging career paths ever. But if you work hard, if you're diligent, if you have the right mindset, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. I mean, listen, I can't create a rocket that goes to Mars like Elon Musk can. I can't do that. I don't care how much I read. I don't care how much I study. I will never create a self-driving electric car that goes 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I will never do that. But with the right mindset and the right trading, anyone can learn to day trade. Check out StocksToTrade.com/pro. Get in there twice a day. I'm there every day. Never missed a day. I've done over 2,000 webinars. So that being said, we'll see you on the next video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends.